Crypto bulls, are you with me? Are you with me? Look at this. So, first off, yes, it is in fact happening as of right now. We've got October, which is no longer October. And hey, look at this $115,000 Ethereum trade that I have that you guys saw that I added to. And now I'm up $1,400 from being down about 12,000. So now in the account, we have $19,000 sitting there in the account, which is awesome. And you know, my targets are relatively right around the 20. No. Well, first off, looking at this stuff, my price target would be kind of right around the 2,900 first, where I want to take a little bit of profits. But overall, it's that 3,500. But again, if you follow this channel, we turned $100 into $1,000, and then we turned that $1,000 into $10,000, and right now turning it into $19,000. And yes, I had a scare. I did have a scare where this guy was down, right? Down 12,000 at a time. And I held on. I added to the position, and now we are positive. So everyone that said I was going to lose out on that, well, you know what? Things happen. And what do things happen? Well, lots of things. Okay. So trading, fundamental, and also technical. So as far as fundamentals go, let's look for the returns of January. Right around, I know I want weekly returns. Okay. And we've got a pretty bare first off of October. Okay. Is usually what happens. And what did we have? We had a -4. Last year was 0.3, -3 the other year, last year, right? This is like, this was last week. Last week, we barely had anything. And then look what happens on week 42. That's really when the bull market after the halving ends up really going for it, right? And so in October, we had that trap that was 16 days. And this year, we also had that trap that was 16 days. So if I get a little bit more into the charts from there, right? What is important for Bitcoin is we've got this giant boner candle. It is a boner candle. I love boner candles. Okay. So much that, yes, our trade that is 18 grand is now up 1,300. Again, for those of you that didn't see this sucker a week ago or so, right? We were bouncing right off the 2,300 on Ethereum, and I was down 12 grand. That was bad. Am I selling now? No, because first off, okay, when it comes to trading, is why should you sell once a trade is moving in your direction? I've already proven to you that I'm not a day trader, so I'm holding this guy on to get my targets, because truthfully, what is going to happen, right? So if I look at this, get rid of the RSI because we don't need to see the RSI. There's probably going to be some sort of a resistance right at this level, right? Probably we'll see a pullback a little bit, but what I'm looking for is another higher low. And we might not get it. There might be a continuation because of this boner candle here, but most people would probably take profits here. No, not me. Really, where my next profit target is right around 2,900 and 3,200. But realistically, I want to see if I can hold out to 3,500. Okay. So we'll turn this money that was losing into potentially 40 grand. Okay. That is the plan, right? You know, I had the stop loss of pretty much the entire account, right? Because I did not think we were going to go down here. This is the riskiness of being a professional dirt bike rider in my previous career. And also, you know, I went to school for financial planning. I don't have that stuff anymore, but you know, I'd like to say I know what I'm doing with my money. Okay. So we have broken the 66,000 barrier mark, which is important. This line right here signifies that we broke out of that trend, because here we had a high, then we had a low. Okay. Then we had a higher low, then another higher low. Then we had a higher high from this higher low, which tells you that we are going upwards. But then what happened? Boom, we went down, right? And this made a higher low, which is great. But then we had this wick here, and I told you guys about these suckers, that these guys are indecision candles in the market. And we're sitting here for another hour before this daily closes, and look at how strong this candle is. This candle is going strong. Hasn't been a significant pullback with a wick here, which tells me that this candle in tomorrow is going to open even higher and continues upwards. So why would you sell right now? So, but what's the significance of this? Okay. We now made a lower low, but then we broke it again because now we've made another high and a higher high. That is significant because I told you in my videos last week that we now need to really get above right around the $69,000 range. So this guy has to move up to about here for this to be a continuation. And we've got, 22 days since the election. I just got my ballot in the mail, and I'm going to check Donald Trump, and I'm going to take it to the DMV, and I'm going to place it myself, and hopefully pray that some SOBs are not going to then try to manipulate my ballot to say Harris on it, because we need this guy to win, and he is killing it, which is great for the market. Look at this. Boom. Now up $1,400 right now. Boom, boom, boom. Am I excited about $1,400? Yes. Should I move my stop loss up? Yes, I should. Honestly, yeah, gosh dang it. Because in case this move turns around, I need to make sure that I'm not going to... It's been a while. So here, we'll go to the next one. That's what the live show is. Yes, I will move the stop loss once I'm logged in there. But here, let's look at a couple more charts before, because retail interest, this is important. Okay. People do not want Bitcoin right now. They hate it. And what happens? You see highs when interest is really high. Okay. This is all speculative, saying that we could see the high around 200,000. But that's kind of where I believe, especially if this guy gets into office, Trump. And I said that on the Discover Crypto channel last week when we were doing the live show around the blockchain, that this guy needs to win for Bitcoin to see 200 grand this cycle during his term. This lady, if she wins, well, we will probably see 150,000 or so from there. And I got a couple comments. And love these videos. Keep it up. And can you show how to start trading? Yeah, dude, I can show you how to start trading. And it's not easy. It's not easy. Investing is much easier to start with because we can read all the books. I can tell you all the books that I have back here that help with trading. But truthfully, you got to know yourself with emotions, because emotions are very difficult, but realistically, you're just kind of looking at lines on a screen. Okay. Follow this channel. I will help you out, and, not financial advice, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. You guys saw that I was losing 10 grand a couple days ago, and now that trade has turned around, and I didn't freak out. I didn't panic sell, right? Because I saw what was in front of me, right? I saw this candle. And this candle was an indecision candle. And I also saw the fundamentals of what's going on in the economy with it's not just about the charts, right? It's not just about, hey, I got a signal on Market Cipher, and no. You can see my charts. I don't really use a damn thing on them, on all the stuff, right? I look at support and resistance, which I find lines. Okay. So just looking here, it's pretty easy to spot. Okay. Here, I see that this is a line of resistance. Okay. And why do I see that? Because we tried to break through here and it got rejected. We broke a little bit through here and it went up. But this to me is a pin bar where if I zoom even farther out, it's going to just look like a giant wick. That was rejection. Okay. Because Bitcoin tends to not just go with even numbers, right? A lot of times when I see people try to trade, they're like, okay, I'm going to get in here. And then they get stopped out here because they had too tight of a stop. Because what happened? That effer wicked down to go stop hunting on you. That's why Bitcoin is incredibly dangerous and risky to trade, because you need to have larger stops. And that's why I advise going with less leverage. Yeah, like with the 17 grand I have in this account right now, this could be a $1.4 million trade if I just had 60x leverage. And this would be 14 grand as opposed to 1400. Okay. But I would not have been able to withstand what was going on because I was right about the market. I just had my timing was just a little bit off, right? Yeah, I'm glad you're investing a bunch, dude. But yeah, trading is stuff fun to play with, right? But God, I'm loving this boner candle on Ethereum. I am loving this boner candle because again, I want this guy in the next hour to not close with a wick. Okay, here, let me draw it. Okay, so we've got here, we've got this candle, right? Yeah, that looks bad. Let me get a different tool open here. I'll show it on here and I'll show it on Bitcoin because that'll be easier to show. Let me remove the drawings and I'll show you why this is so important. Okay. Because do you see this guy? How this candle was pretty full and it's showing that the wick got kind of to the top, but then sort of got pulled back. Right. And same thing with this guy. You see how it goes way down and then boom. And then you're kind of thinking like, okay, red candle, it might be a continuation here, but it got rejected. And then same thing on this guy. This was somewhat of a doji, but anytime you have long wicks, it's a little bit of indecision in the market. Like here's another example. This one's going down, but okay, we opened, then it went all the way down to here, 58,000. Then it went back up and it closed at 59. So then it opened and it wasn't just a sheer boom continuation, right? Same thing here. Do you see how that we have a large wick, right? Large wick. So it didn't quite continue. Same thing here. Kind of a sign of the ending of the upwards movement of the trend where you have this large boner candle and then you're praying for it to continue to go and then it pulls back. Right. So then it opens and then it opens with a doji candle. And then arguably at one point it was a shooting star, which was a sign. Okay, I need to sell and get out. So my point is this guy looks like it's going to continue, right? Why bet against strength right now? Unless I see something like this. Okay. Let's just say that this candle goes like this. Well, let me just draw it. So here, and forgive my drawings. Okay. And let's say that we end up, whoa, what was that? No, stop. We end up seeing a large, oh my God. Why, TradingView, are you doing this to me? Okay. So here, I'll draw it a little bit different so that it's easier. And then I'll just end the stream here because this is, yeah, it's like magnet falling on here. But oh my God. Okay. I'm going to have to get rid of this magnet. Okay. But for instances, let's just pretend that we end up seeing a large wick, right? Meaning that we got higher, then it pulled back and closed. Okay. That's sellers taking control. And if the sellers take control over around 20% of the body of the candle, that is a warning for me, right? That is a warning that, just like this guy. Okay. Do you see this? This is a somewhat of a revert, this is a boner killer candle, right? And it goes all the way down and we see a little bit of wick, right? But that's only 10% of the body. It's only about 10% of the body. So there's probably going to be some continuation there. And the other thing is you got to look at where it potentially might stop. Okay. So you zoom out and you go, all right, so we had the last high, which was here. And I'm not counting the wicks because those guys are just long huntings and stop huntings. But where is this going to go? Well, arguably, again, zooming out, I could see looking at this guy that truthfully, before I see the next somewhat stop of this move is going to be around 67, 68,000. Okay. So I'm expecting the pump to go at least to there before we start seeing some of the wicks, unless we're getting completely rejected and then we're falling back down to around see, I'll move this guy here, right? And this is to help, again, less. You're saying you're learning how to trade, looking at the chart. And the more you do it, the better you'll get. is here is the floor. Here's some resistance where you could see it follow. Because if we zoom out, okay, guys, if we zoom out and we see this here, okay, well, I could just move my freaking lines downwards, okay? And I could say, hey, we're trading in a giant range here. Boom, boom, boom. This is around $16,000, but it's going up, touching, then going down, then going up, then going down, then going up, then going down, then going up. You don't think that people can make money with that, right? And truthfully, right now, looking at patterns, okay, I see a W. Boom, here's a W. And we're getting close to the top of that W. And truthfully, as far as patterns go, with a W, okay, it's a double bottom. I just calling it a W. You pretty much take the range of that guy and then you just kind of stack it on top. And it won't go in a straight line, but that is it. And that's 80 grand. Okay. So that is potentially where this trade could be going. Right. But again, that's why when we trade, that's why, ooh, look at that. Boom. 2 grand. 2 grand. We are up $1,000 more on air because of the giant boner candle. Look at that boner candle. Now the account is getting close to 20 grand. Yes. And for all of you, I'm trying to turn the $100 into 100 grand, right? This isn't my HODL wallet. Okay. I have a HODL wallet of Bitcoin and everything. This is my fun money, right? This is the money that I'm using to go buy another bicycle with, buy my wife a TRD Pro Sequoia, and that's why I'm doing it, right? And anyway, that's why we're trading this. But hey, it is now busted through that level of support on Ethereum. But I am digressing. I'm getting over what I'm trying to teach you guys. Okay. But my point was, this is why you don't have such a tight stop, because when you zoom out, you could see where these prices could go. Because when you zoom way in, your move is not near, your range is much smaller, right? Because if you're trading on the hourly, you should be willing to let go of the trade in an hour. And for me, I like to trade on the 4 to daily to the weekly type time frame here. And I love to see these giant hammer candles. But anyway, I can teach you guys more about trading later, right? Well, honestly, every day, that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you guys how to trade. And it's not just about seeing what's on the chart, because honestly, anybody can read TA. Anybody can do this, right? And you can get all sorts of technicals involved and see all these stupid lines and blah, 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 blah. It's all arbitrary between what people are doing. Oh, starting to see a small little pullback here. Same thing on Ethereum. But the point is your head, right? Your head is when, okay, for instance, just using real examples. Okay. For a lot of people, watching this guy go from $2,200 live on the stream to now $1,600, they might start to panic. Like, oh my God, 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 I need to sell, I need to sell, I need to sell, I need to sell. Boom. And you sell for $1,000. And then you start telling yourself, that thing was at 2,100, man. Like that was almost double. Oh, why didn't I do that now? Well, you know what? You are never, ever going to hit the top nor the bottom. And if you do, it's just because you were very, very lucky. And you don't expect that to happen all the time, right? So I am willing to see this sucker go back down to negative a few $1,000s, okay? Because I want to abso-effing-lutely be proven wrong. And in this guy, how am I going to be proven wrong for Ethereum? Well, being proven wrong for Ethereum, I got to break below the 2450 line again. And if I break below that, I will sell, and I'll sell for a loss, and I will try to get in much lower. That is going to suck. It's going to absolutely suck. But you know what sucks more is watching this trade that is 100 grand right now and sell it before it can actually make me a lot of money. Because you know what? Yes, the biggest loser does win. But however, you need to be able to hold on to a winner, because it is going to pay for a lot of your losses. And you need to make more than what you lose. Okay, now I'm back up to 1,800 right now. So just holding on. And I told you where my targets were. First target that I will see what the strength is around 12. That is when I'm first going to start thinking about taking the profit. The next one, if we get past that, this one, 26,000. That is truthfully where I will probably the smarty pants in me and the greediness in me will probably take it. But ideally, I'd like to see this guy get to 3,500. I mean, truthfully, it would be nice to get this one trade back to all-time highs, because now, that would be 100 grand. That would be everything that I needed to pay for what I want to do. Okay. But that's not how life works, really. But anyway, that was a prolonged live stream. So thank you, Les and Miles, for joining. And all you other guys, this is Johnny Crypto. Till next time, I'm here to help you guys learn something from my mistakes and make some money. Been around a long time. I can help teach for free. Not financial advice, but I can help. I can help.